A newspaper in Norway will surely be put on the naughty list after it accidentally published a fake obituary for Father Christmas. The hoax announcement claims St. Nick died at the age of 226, with the funeral to be held at the North Pole Chapel on December 28th. No cause of death was stated. Welcome to Monday. Today is December 7th, 2015, and this is a Case of the Mondays with Pat and Jules. My name is Pat, and over there is Jules. Hi, Jules.
Hi, Pat. That is the weirdest story intro I've ever seen, but that's okay.
Could you imagine, like, all the kids that... I know that kids don't necessarily read newspaper. It's all online, but I'm sure it's online, too. Just, like, going, what? Santa's dead? Great. Perfect.
Thanks.
And all the parents freaking out. And
because that works out well for everybody's Christmas plans.
Yeah, indeed. Christmas is over. Sorry, guys. No more Christmas. At least no more presents.
Yeah, no Santa. Sorry about that. It's not going to come eat your cookies this year.
Nope. Well, welcome to Monday, everybody. And it's good to be back. And this is actually going to be the last show of 2015 because of reasons. So, well, you know, family stuff. We've got JOB stuff. We've got stuff. We've got you're out of town next week, and Yep. It's just after a while you go, you know what? Let's just call it. Let's just come back in 2016, refreshed, recharged, all that kind of stuff, and that's what we're going to do.
And we will. We're most definitely going to come back in 2016. It's just the holidays, and we've got a whole lot of stuff going on Mondays coming up, and so don't fret.
Do not fret. No. Hey, speaking of the holidays,
yeah,
I have a question for you.
What's that?
And it's about Christmas trees. Do you prefer real Christmas trees or fake Christmas trees?
With 3 cats, I prefer fake ones.
Okay.
Because what happens every time the tree goes up is that there is a war for who gets to sit under the tree. And it's the weirdest thing, but this is what happens because all 3 cats, you put the tree skirt down, the cats decide that is now bedding for them to lay in.
Of course.
And so there is now a territory war. I also have a very busy kitty who just likes to get into everything. So I can't even imagine what it would be like having a real tree with needles all over the place.
For sure.
I wouldn't want to do it.
I was trying to get the wife into getting a fake tree. I've only had real trees, so I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I've only ever had a real tree, even with dogs and stuff and, lots of traffic and whatever, just needles everywhere. Who cares? I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. And the wife prefers the real tree because of the smell and because of the tradition of going out and finding the tree. We actually went and got a tree this weekend. And so that's why I was kind of thinking about it. I'm like going, but at the same time, I want to get a fake one. I want to make the investment. I want to say, you know what? I'm going to save many, many trees of the future by getting a fake one this year. And then, so we went to a local big box hardware type place.
Yeah.
And we were looking around and we found one that we could agree on that was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which is unusual because she's only said that they're crap and that she won't even consider one and blah, blah, blah. And so now I've got her considering one, but it wouldn't be until after the holidays when it goes on sale.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I have actually 2 of them. One is a multicolored one and one is a white light one. And I like the multicolored one better just because the way that the branches lay themselves out, it's just a lot easier to deal with. It literally just folds in on itself and it's all attached and just goes plunk when you open it. You don't have to put them in or anything like that. So I'm a fan of the multicolored one.
And this is multicolored lights, not necessarily that it's a multicolored tree.
Correct. Yeah, I should have clarified.
Because I've seen multicolored trees. I mean, I've seen the frosted ones. I've seen one of the folks on the Today Show has a fuchsia tree where it's like fuchsia. And I'm like, how do you do a fuchsia? I'm not there. I'm definitely not there when it comes to fake trees. I still want it to look like a tree.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
crying out loud.
Not some kind of like rock star tree.
Ooh, man. Man. And I'm seeing all these comments coming from the chat room, and they're like, "Oh yeah, if you want the scent, just put up those auto fresheners and whatever." I'm like, yeah, that's not going to be a thing. That's not a real thing. Nope. Mm-mm. So there's that one.
Yeah.
Anything else that's happening that you wanted to chat about necessarily?
It's just the craziness with the holidays, man. Yeah. My brain is not processing that Christmas is 3 weeks away. It's
weird.
Just not processing it yet. But yeah. It's just
well, and if you've been out shopping anytime, lately, I get worn out like after like a couple of hours of going to stores and stuff. We were doing that, and I was like, this is not what I want right now. This is I can't.
That's why I shop online. It's just obnoxious, and there's so many people, and they're not in a good mood, and it's just so many.
Well, and I can like shop online for hours because I'm doing other things. I'm watching kind of watching TV while I do it, or whatever. And so, but I go to the store, and after traffic and crowds and like all the things in the stores, because every store is just stuffed, full of crap. Most of which is crap.
You were insane, and I mean, your wife texted me on Black Friday and said you wanted to go out to the store.
Yeah,
and said Pat is making me go to the mall, and I was like, what? And then I get a text about 15 minutes later, and she goes, every spot was taken, so we left.
Yeah, pretty much every parking spot was. Well, and I was like going, well, as long as we're out doing something, let's go to the mall and see what it's like, and blah blah blah. So we went to like every mall has like the dead area where nobody goes to like normally. There's the dead area of the parking lot, and that dead area was full up, and we're like, oh no, there's no way I'm going to go in. I just wanted to go. I wanted to zip in, go to one store, and then zip out.
Good luck.
Because I knew exactly where I wanted to go to the Apple store because of things. And I was going to go in there, and they always have 4 million people working there and like 3 customers. So I was like, go in there, buy stuff, get out real quick, go. And that wasn't going to happen on Black Friday. No way. Mm-mm. It's just, it is what it is. It doesn't feel like winter though.
No.
For those guys that are in the upper Midwest, normally right now, everything's frozen. We have snow on the ground. We have people bundled up in jackets and all this kind of stuff. And it really doesn't even feel like Christmas time right now because everything is melting. Everything is muddy. And people aren't wearing jackets. I mean, what is it right now? I don't even know.
Right now, here, it was 43 degrees when I was outside earlier, which is really warm for December. And we have had 1 day of snow, and that's it, and it's gone. And yeah, I wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable considering traveling by plane this upcoming weekend, but there's been no worries and no predictions of snow and no issues for travel at all. And it's been awesome because I forgot to mention, I'm going to be going to PAX South in the end of January.
That's right. You are.
Yes. I'm going to be speaking there as part of the Torin Think Tank group at a panel there talking about being a gamer in real life and why it's a challenge for a lot of people. But in any case, I'm thinking about traveling during that time, which can be really treacherous to try to get out of here.
When is that?
January 29th.
January 29th. Yeah.
And it's like the deep freeze, that 2-week deep freeze area that we always talk about. Yeah.
We are nowhere even close to that because it's like 41 degrees here in Minneapolis right now. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this does not feel like December. There needs to be snow on the ground. There needs to be, things. I mean, we have darkness. That's about it. We have, darkness at like 4:30 or whatever it is. But, it still doesn't feel like it. All right.
Yeah. And Pat is in Minneapolis. I am in Madison, Wisconsin. We're not that. We're 4.5 hours away from each other, but our weather can be drastically different depending on.
Yeah, we still have a little bit of snow on the ground, but it's melting quickly. Quickly. All right. We should probably go into the show a little bit.
Okay. Let's do it.
Do you want to talk some history?
Let's do that.
All right. We'll go into This Week in History. This Week in History. So December 7th, 1787, Delaware becomes the first state to ratify the Constitution of the United States. So awesome there.
And that's the coolest thing that Delaware has ever done.
I always love Wayne's World.
Yes!
I'm in Delaware. Hey,
Hi.
I'm in Delaware. Yeah.
That I will never ever forget that ever. It's just ingrained into my mind. And again, it's the running joke. That's the coolest thing Delaware has ever done.
Right. And this is also the anniversary for Pearl Harbor.
Oh,
so
gosh.
That was December 7th, 41.
Have you been to the Pearl Harbor Memorial in Hawaii?
No, I haven't. Have you?
That is amazing. Yes, I was there a lot of years ago, but definitely something to check out if you're ever going, because it is pretty powerful to check out.
Right. Another very sad anniversary is happening tomorrow. It's the 35th anniversary of when John Lennon was killed at the age of 40. I know, it's forever ago. It's forever ago, but it's still very, very sad. It resonates in my mind very clearly because I grew up on Beatles tunes.
Yeah.
My mom was like, she made sure that I had, all the Beatles albums, like all the singles and stuff like that with my little play school record player. We trashed those albums. Oh my God. We trashed those albums so badly. Let's see. And also on December 8th, 2010, SpaceX becomes the first privately held company to successfully launch, orbit, and recover a spacecraft, which is also kind of interesting because we have the new rocket launch today.
Yes, that's awesome.
So commercial space flight. Look at that. And they're shipping up cargo to the International Space Station. And so we'll see more about that this week. Yeah,
I think that is so cool that we have the ability to do that from a corporate level and not a government level. It's cool. It's cool to see it.
I just always wonder about how much it costs, like, to do that stuff. Billions of dollars.
You know how you and I were talking about the differences of cost of living between the Midwest and the West Coast?
Yeah.
And how that blew our minds?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't even go into the space travel thing because I think that your brain might just...
Right. Speaking of billions of dollars, December 11th, 2008. 8th? No, 8. No H on that one. December 11th, 2008, Bernie Madoff was arrested and charged with securities fraud for that $50 billion Ponzi scheme that he's a part of, that he headed up. And, yes. And then the world was plunged into darkness after that.
A lot of things changed after that.
Including, like, later that week, on December 14th, 2008, I'm just going to go there. Sure. Was when that Iraqi broadcast journalist threw shoes at President Bush. I love that moment. Throwing shoes at the president.
Because that's what you do. I don't know. I mean, that is like, I remember that too. That was like the keenest level of insult that you could do for an Iraqi culture.
Who throws a shoe? Really? That was Austin Powers.
Really? Who throws a shoe?
Really? Who throws a shoe? Oh, and that's what I have for history this week. So that's a good week. Good week for history. I'm going to fade that music out, and then I'm going to talk about the actual music, because we need a little bit of a music break. Everybody needs a music break on a Monday. I don't know. This band that we're about to hear is from Australia.
Ooh.
Australia is a very lovely place if you haven't been. And for the last 3 years, this band has been touring all over Australia, the land of Oz, as it's called. They played about 500 shows over 3 years, that's a tough schedule, dude. That
Whoa.
is super tough. But they've returned to Sydney and they have released their new single, Escapism, which is available for download now. I'm not going to play that one, though, because I'm going to play the one coming from their 7-inch double A-side single record that's going to be coming out December 19th with another single called Fire Alarm, which I believe is also available for download if you really want it. I'll have links in the show notes. Again, all of these songs on today's show are given by permission from the band. So thank you very much for letting us play these. And so we're going to play Fire Alarm. And I just really like this song. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's, that it was written at a downtime for the band or something like that. But, it's just huge. It's just huge. I love this one. All right, so here we go. This is Castlecomer. That's the name of the band with Fire Alarm. Again, if you like this, please go to the links in the show notes. Go check these guys out. Go buy their stuff. Go see what else they're working on. All that kind of stuff. And it's in the show notes. So here we go. Castlecomer with Fire Alarm on A Case of the Mondays.
September, nothing could compare to this. To be another is to
Yeah. I love that tune. Castlecomer
That's
with
awesome.
Fire Alarm. Yeah, they're super great. And yes, it's available in iTunes right now, so you can go pick it up. That single and Escapism. If you like Fire Alarm, you'll love Escapism as well. And again, that 7-inch record is going to be coming out December 19th. But those other ones are available right now for download, and it just fires me up, man. I tell ya, I like that song. I do. I really do. But right now, it's time for the news. What do we got, Jules?
So I don't know if you're like me, but I get a lot of notifications on my phone because I get a lot of stuff on my phone. But
because everybody does everything on their phones now,
pretty much,
right?
But a police officer tickets a driver that was texting while waiting in a fast food drive-through lane in Canada.
Oh, those Canadians.
I was like, okay, wait a minute.
And
now,
he was immediately sorry.
I'll put a link in the chat room. The thing about it that I find interesting is so my rule for myself is that I will not respond or look at my phone if I am not at a stoplight or somewhere where I am just stopped, and I've gotten in trouble a couple times where I've, the traffic started moving ahead of me and I'm engrossed in trying to respond to a text or a message or something like that. But I'm pretty good about making sure that the phone goes right down as soon as the traffic starts to move forward. But this poor Canadian man waiting in line at a Tim Hortons.
Oh boy.
Sitting there replying to a text, got a knock on his window from a police officer and told him that he is giving him a ticket for $287 for distracted driving. And
then immediately took all of his donuts. Just immediately.
I don't understand, though. You're in a drive-through. Is that really distracted driving?
And is it really the road? Is it really the road? That's the other thing. Can they actually police a parking lot? I guess if it's public, they can. Maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not sure exactly what the rules are.
But I'm kind of not sure that seems to qualify for a $287 ticket because you were responding to a text while sitting still in a drive-through line.
I know. It's a little weird. I'm trying to be really good myself. And I'm trying to say anytime I'm in the car, I'm not going to do it unless I'm stopped. And not at a light. And I'm just gonna wait, especially if I'm just, around town or whatever. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. If I get a phone call, that's a different matter altogether. But if it's texting, I'll be like, you know what? If you're texting me, you can wait 5-10 minutes until I'm stopped or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, and if I'm on a longer trip, most likely I'm with my wife and she can look at it if I really want her to or whatever. So,
exactly.
I'm trying to be really good. I don't always make it. But I try.
I just don't understand. I don't understand that I guess I can see it both ways. In one hand, where you're waiting in line, you're not paying attention, and so and you're behind the wheel of the car, so you could technically cause a problem if you were not paying attention to what's in front of you. Yeah. But I still, I don't know.
I do know some people that have been involved in distracted driving incidents where people have been texting, including somebody that lives in town here, Jessica Chaos, who you know.
Yeah.
And so she was hit so she was driving down a 2-lane road and she was actually clipped on the right side of her car by a distracted driver that was texting. And he went off into the ditch somewhere, and she was spun off and into the ditch.
Their car was totaled.
Yeah, and it was awful. And it's like you see incidents like that. I mean, that is something that I am definitely avoiding. I'm not doing the driving thing at all. So I'm really trying to. I think that woke me up maybe when she got into that accident. I was like, that's right. As soon as you have a friend that's involved in an accident like that, you can't just let it go.
Because when I got rear-ended a couple of years ago, the theory that most people had was that the driver was texting and it rear-ended my car because he came into me full speed.
Yeah.
and I was dead stopped waiting for someone to turn in front of me. And it was about 30 miles an hour that he hit me and caused me some pretty severe issues for, whiplash and that kind of thing for a good year. I just don't know. I understand and completely support the distracted driving regulations, but $287 for texting at a drive-through seems to be a bit extreme.
I would agree. I would think that you would. There has to be a range. I guess if you don't charge somebody, then they won't learn. But
true.
But at a drive-through seems like a $50 offense. Not a $300 offense.
Fair enough.
Although I don't know. Maybe it should be.
Speaking of offenses,
this one is bad.
This one is really bad.
So bad.
The BBC is reporting that in a train station in it's called the Bournemouth I think it's probably Bournemouth coach station to deter homeless men and women from sleeping in the terminal, they are playing Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas music nonstop through their ceiling speakers.
I just want you to pronounce more city names from the UK.
I get so much in trouble when I do, too. Because the people, I love our listeners, and the listeners from the UK go, Jules, you really butchered that.
Yes, they do. So, so if you wanted to have a sleeping bag and sleep outside so I'm going to try it again, Bournemouth coach station. Let's not even go there.
I don't know.
But they're playing Alvin and the Chipmunks, man.
They're playing Alvin, and this was a change from the bagpipe music that they were using for the past 6 weeks between midnight and 6 a.m.
Right.
And that seems to have been working, but the residents are calling this scheme cruel and unnecessary to do this. What do you think?
Well, yes, it is. It is cruel and unusual. That is for sure. It kind of reminds me of my radio days, though. And if you don't mind a little bit of an aside, so there's this winter carnival every year, St. Paul Winter Carnival, and it happens during the very, very cold part of the winter, last week of January, the first week of February, and as part of it, we were sponsoring this one area where these guys were making ice sculptures, right? And so as a part of that, we got to play music out in this park where they were building stuff. And so we did, but instead of playing the radio station, which has commercials and all this other kind of stuff, what we did was we took all of our music and we made like 6 or 7 CDs, I think, and we just put them on infinite loop in the park. Everybody was fine with that except for the sculptors. Because I was working for an oldie station, and so it was all these oldies, and they're like going, the first day wasn't so bad, but then the second day it was the same stuff, and then it was 10 days of the same stuff over and over and over again. I think we drove a couple of them nuts. So, and that was with like a generous supply of music, different artists. Sure, it was all oldies, but it was fine, and those guys went crazy. So I can only imagine what everybody, actually, not just the homeless people, but everybody is subjected to at this terminal, because wow, Alvin and the Chipmunks, come on. Yeah, I know that they have the 4th movie out now, but geez.
I just don't know. I guess it's going to work to keep people from sleeping there and causing, because the
it won't stop the rage, however, and so now innocent people are going to be killed over in the UK because of this. Just these raging people.
Chipmunk rage.
Yeah, chipmunk rage. That's what it is.
I swear I can't listen to the Chipmunks Christmas album. I can't listen to that for more than like a song and not want to just, claw my eyes out. So I can understand how it would be effective, but it's I don't know. It's a sad state of affairs when you're basically taking something that's supposed to be pleasant and fun and kind-hearted and using it to keep people under torture.
And it's not. It isn't at all. No. And in the article, they're comparing it to Guantanamo Bay, and it's like, oh wow, that's a different step. I mean, that is, yeah. That's not a place you want to go.
Exactly.
I don't think.
Exactly. So we'll move on to something else a little, I guess, sadder, but still a little.
I don't know if it's really sad.
It's funny.
I don't know if it's sad at all.
Again, in the UK, what the hell is going on with the UK and all these stories that I keep getting?
They're weird over there.
They are weird.
They have that funny accent, and they have weird city names, obviously. Go ahead. In
Haydock High School, located in the UK, teachers and students paid tribute to a lost member of their school, their lab skeleton named Arthur.
Yes.
It was discovered that the lab skeleton that they'd had for over 50 years was actually real. This was a real person.
Okay. Well,
it was actual skeletal bones and remains that, as most schools would have a plastic replica of some sort. They realized that this was actually real. So
it was actually a homeless person that was listening to Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh!
See, we're tying stories together, people. That's what we're doing.
So the entire class decided to hold an actual funeral equipped with the coffin and the burial, and they lowered a wicker coffin into the ground, and they buried Arthur for all eternity. It's
weird. But I mean, okay, so 50 years ago was 1965. And I don't know what they were doing in 1965, but it kind of almost makes sense that it would be a real skeleton and not plastic, bones, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's weird, and it's weird that they waited until now to think about it. that's like the weirdest part about it. It's like, oh, it's the 50th anniversary of having Arthur. Oh wait, he's real. Ooh, we were planning this big celebration. We were going to have a birthday for him, and now that it's real bones, now we got to switch our plans.
I'm looking for the one quote that just sent me into stitches because it was so damn funny. Here he is. So the pupils, Alex Robinson, 14, Christopher Cooper, age 13, James Malia, age 13, and Jack Davies, 14, were all pallbearers. They told the Echo, Arthur meant a lot to us in an educational way. Even though he was in the corner, he still helped me learn.
It's creepy.
It's
creepy. He was whispering the answers into my ear.
Good luck, Arthur. You stood in the corner and you taught me stuff.
I wish I had a sad violin for Arthur right now. Just one sad violin. But I don't.
I just this actually just makes me giggle because it's like he stood in the corner, but he helped me learn. That's the one thing. I hope that someone says that about me someday. So she stood in the corner and helped me learn.
I don't think it's going to happen, Jules. I just don't.
Probably not. Probably not. You can't put Jules in the corner. That's the problem.
Don't put Jules in the corner.
Doesn't work that way.
That's the problem. Yes.
And, by the way, talking about the holidays and all those things, if you have an extra $250,000 lying around that just takes up space and you need something to do with it.
I do. Look
at
that.
You do? You want to buy yourself a cool present?
What's that?
A town in South Dakota.
That's very close to me. Not really.
How close? Actually, it's not that close.
Well, it's a few hours away. I mean, to the edge. Yeah. And then I don't know where this town is, but go ahead.
An entire South Dakota ghost town, complete with its own watering hole, is on sale for $250,000, said a real estate agent. The roughly 6-acre town of Swett, North Dakota, SWETT, includes a tavern, a 3-bedroom house, and a former tire shop about 100 miles southeast of Rapid City, South Dakota.
Yes, and I see it now. It is off the beaten track. No wonder why it's for sale.
Seriously.
I'd probably put it up for sale myself.
That sign, man. The sign that they have, the picture of the sign looks like it's seen better days. Like someone has been shooting BB guns at it or something.
Oh, yeah.
That might be a dangerous town right there.
No, it's South Dakota. It's not dangerous. North Dakota may be dangerous. I mean, it is really close to Canada. South Dakota is no big deal, especially not that part. A lot of rednecks, though, probably. That'd be my guess. Yeah. I mean, I know that. I know South Dakota a little bit, being neighbors to Minnesota and all that. Yeah. But yeah. I've been through there, not through that part, but I've been through South Dakota plenty of times. So
it's something, if you ever just wanted to check it off your bucket list to say, hey, I owned a town.
Not that you were mayor. No,
no,
you won't get to be mayor. You'll just get to be the owner. It seems very strange, but okay. All right, cool.
I can imagine there would be somebody who had a bright idea, who would create who'd buy this town, some kind of entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. And it would become they would put the hottest nightclub in the world in the middle of South Dakota. And they would attract every person who wanted to be at this club from every part of the country. It would be a destination.
A new Las Vegas is what you're saying.
A new Las Vegas. And it'd just be one thing that you could go to in this entire town. In Sweat, South Dakota.
Well, first of all, I think you need to change the name.
Why not? You can say, I just want to make you sweat. It's
come to Sweat. SWETT, sure, but the marketing is all wrong. It seems weird.
Hey, marketing geniuses could come up with something. What would you do with Sweat, South Dakota if you could buy it? I
really have so little interest in this. actually considering it, I am tired. It's Monday. Come on.
That's fair.
What would you do with a town like this?
I told you I'd make a big nightclub.
Oh, that's right. You'd make a big nightclub.
Yeah, why not?
I guess, well, nah, I don't. It's not going to work. All right.
Change the world.
So I think it's time now to cleanse our palate and go into the border battle. Ah, yes, the border battle. This is where I try to fake out Jules into answering all sorts of weird things. And it's a contest where it's me asking her things and she has to answer back, and only she can win or lose. It's very unfair.
The chat room can kind of participate.
They can try. They can try. Okay, so we've got a big movie coming out later this month. No, it's not Alvin and the Chipmunks. It's not that one. Nope. It's Star Wars 7. Woo! The Force Awakens. So I'm really looking forward to it. We've talked about the trailers a lot. We've talked about all this other stuff. So I thought we might do a little recap on some of the old Star Wars movies on the previous 6. And so I think we're going to do Star Wars quotes. And you have to name the number from where it came from.
Crap. Okay. Yeah.
How's your Star Wars?
It's going to be hard.
How's your Star Wars?
Okay, so I've done a rewatch of 1 through 4 right now. So 5 and 6 haven't been rewatched yet, but I've, it's been relatively recent.
Is that what's called the machete order? The machete order? Is that it? Or is it 4, 5, 6, then 1, 2, 3? I can never remember. I mean, that's the way that I watch them is 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
That's how I saw them originally, of course. But we did a rewatch with just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so doing it that way.
I'm old school. Always watch 4 first.
Okay.
I don't know why.
That's okay.
All right. So here we go with Star Wars quotes. All you have to do is just name the number, and then for a bonus point, you can also name who said it.
Okay.
So for bonus points, you can name who said it. All right. So here we go. Great kid, don't get cocky.
That is number 4.
That is correct. A New Hope.
Yeah.
And who said it?
That was Han Solo.
That is also correct. I'm starting you off a little bit easy.
It's very easy.
Here's another softball for you. Why you stuck up, half-witted, scruffy-looking Nerf herder? Which number is that from?
Is that 5?
That is from 5. And who said that one?
5. That was Princess Leia.
That is correct as well.
Yeah, that was that one.
I love that exchange.
I just couldn't remember if that was 5 or 6.
Yes, it's 5. They were on Hoth. at the time. All right, here is another one. Yippee. Yippee.
1.
That is correct. And who said that one?
And that's Anakin.
That is Anakin.
Yippee!
You are correct.
I don't remember that one too.
So
you
horrible.
are softballing me though.
So horrible. I mean, but that one was just so bad. That was like the worst dialogue. Who says yippee?
A little kid.
Apparently a little kid.
Yeah.
He doesn't go wee or anything like. No, he actually says yippee. Yippee is something that is only said in cartoons, I thought. I don't know.
And in Star Wars universe.
Right. Okay.
Bad dialogue.
Here we are, continuing on. He's holding a thermal detonator.
That is 6.
Oh, look at you. And who said that one?
That is it's in Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
And it is it's C-3PO talking about Princess Leia as the bounty hunter.
You are correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Very, very good. Nice work.
Thank you.
Okay, we're continuing on. There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish.
Yes, there's always a bigger fish. What number are you going to guess on? Because clearly it's a guess.
Yeah, it's totally a guess. I'm going to say 5.
Oh, so sorry. It's not 5. It is 1. It's from the Phantom Menace.
Okay.
And Qui-Gon Jinn said it. It was when they were traveling through the planet, and the one fish came up and was trying to eat him, and then the bigger fish came up and ate that fish.
yes. There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish.
Damn it. I knew what that was.
I'll give you another softball then.
Okay.
I think my eyes are getting better. Instead of a big dark blur, I see a big light blur.
It's number 6, Return of the Jedi. That's Han Solo.
It is. You are correct.
After being stuck in carbonite.
All right, here we go. Another. Do you want another softball? I can give you another softball if you want.
Yeah.
Or do you want?
No, just keep giving me challenges. I'll screw them up and then it'll be funny.
All right, here we go. Why do I get the feeling you're going to be the death of me? What number is that one from?
Why do I get the feeling you're going to be the death of me?
Yes.
I want to say that's Han Solo who said it.
But what number?
I'll go 4?
No, you're wrong.
No?
Because it's actually in Attack of the Clones, number 2. And that was Obi-Wan saying that to Anakin.
Oh, that's right.
During their chase scene where he was driving the thing and, a bunch of stuff happened. I think it was the open of that one.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right. So this is how liberty dies, with thunderous applause.
That's number 3.
And who said that one?
That is crap. It's not. I can see them. I can see them sitting in the Republic. I can't remember.
Yes, it's Padme.
Is it Padme that says that?
Padme says that. Yep.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Softball. Laugh it up, fuzzball. Which one is that from, though?
Oh, which one is that from? It's Laugh It Up, Fuzzball. That's number 4.
No, it's number 5.
Damn it!
But who said it?
It was Han.
Yeah, it was Han.
No, yeah, it was Han.
Of course it was Han.
Yeah, of course it was Han. I love that. I love the way he delivers that line, too.
Laugh it up, fuzzball. Yeah, it's great. Here we go. Lost a planet Master Obi-Wan has. How embarrassing.
That's 2, and that's Yoda talking about trying to find
the planet of. It began with a G. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was the planet that they made the clones on.
Yes. And then this one is not formatted correctly, so I just need to format that. Here we go. It's a longer one.
Okay.
You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them. You were to bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness.
Number 3, that's Obi-Wan talking to Anakin.
You are correct.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to try this. I don't know if it's going to work. Okay, this is going to be delivered badly.
Okay.
What is that one from?
that Sand People?
Sand People. Which one is that from?
Well, they were Sand People in 1. There was Sand People in 4.
Yeah.
And so, so which one was it?
It's both.
Okay.
I just thought I would throw that in there. All right. And then here's the last one. Yusa thinking Yusa people gonna die?
Oh, Jar Jar Binks from number 1.
Yes, you are correct. You are
Jar
correct.
Binks.
And guess what, Jules? You are a big wiener on today's show. And hopefully hopefully you guys playing at home all got the same answers, or
I did pretty good. Right. I mean, you didn't make them terribly hard, but
no.
If you've watched the movies, then you can know a lot of those.
Doing the Sand People on cue was I had to wind up to that one.
Yeah, that was hard because you kind of have to get like an ape sound in there too.
Yeah. It's you have to breathe in while you're doing it. It's very, very difficult stuff. It's it's advanced voiceover techniques. I don't want to get into technical stuff, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Just very technical.
Right. Hey, it is just about time to get out of here, Jules.
Aww.
I know. The show's already winding down. And the year is winding down as well. And this is our last show of the year. So, hope you guys had a good 2015. And thanks for joining us on A Case of the Mondays again. Hopefully.
Yeah, we just started this back in October, and we're going to keep it going because it's fun.
Yeah, it is totally fun. I love this stuff. Jules, where can people find us?
They can find us on a couple of ways. If you want to email us, email us at the Mondays Show at gmail.com. The Mondays Show at gmail.com. Our website, signalsmedia.com/Mondays. You can find our SoundCloud links. All of the iTunes and RSS feed links are there. If you want to talk to the two of us, you can do that best through Twitter, finding Pat at Pat Crane with a K and me at Jules RPG. And if you want to watch us when we come back, check us out at twitch.tv/Zug. Normally record at 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time and on alphageekradio.com as well.
That is correct. I have one last Star Wars quote for you.
What?
It's a trap. Which one is that one from?
That is from that's from number 6. That is the Admiral.
Yep,
Admiral Akbar.
Admiral Akbar.
Mm-hmm.
And I do always think of now I'm ruined because of Scott Johnson, because he has the Admiral Akbar snack bar.
Admiral snack bar. I know.
Yeah. It's a snack is what he says on the Scott Johnson. It's a snack. I love that one. It's great. All right, let's talk a little bit about the last bit of music for the year, and it's a good one as well. It's from the New York City-based rock band Spires. They have just debuted their video for In Between from their recently released self-titled EP. These guys have been all over the place. They've been South by Southwest. They've been doing CMJ concerts and stuff like that, and they've had a pretty good run of things. And now they're touring with a bunch of indie acts and stuff like that. But they have their 5-song debut self-titled EP, Spires, which was just released. And we're going to listen to In Between from Spires. Thank you guys for joining us, as always, on A Case of the Mondays. And we'll see you next year. Oh, isn't that sad?
Have a wonderful holiday season, you guys.
Yes, please do. And be safe and have a happy, happy new year. Here's Spires with In Between.
tomorrow's pouring rain. Life will get stranger, days will grow dark, faces will haunt you all through your nights and waking hours. Foresee a rift, a change and shift. Waste time in your world will fall into an empty world.
Pumpkin Spice.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really.
Happy New Year!